Let's get straight into it, boy. Little trade recap, break even on the day, kind of, but then up a bunch on an eval. So I'll show that right now. Give me un segundo, por favor. 1589, break even on all these, and then up like 1400 on this one. But we're gonna get into the nitty gritty of it all right now and see what happened here. I guess I could hit it with one of these. Hopefully the audio is good. Oh my gosh. Ugh. That should be better. All right. So, coming in the morning, I was leaning a little bearish just because of the fact that we were near a bunch of lows on ES and NQ. Hourly was displacing lower as well. As we can see, we had that news release at 8:30, causing price to sell off a good amount. With that news release, we sold off, took this low on ES right here, this like London session low from Wednesday, and as you can see, that respective low is right here, and we didn't end up taking that low. So I'm like, okay, boom, we could want to go lower on NQES, but what I did kind of do was fail to realize how close we were to the lower lows. So my target was like these two lows on NQ, this low on ES. But when we zoom in, where's open? Open's right here. We see that first initial short model play and form. That first initial short play and form when NQ comes up, sweeps this respective high right here, and then we put in another bearish SMT here. And then what happens? We get there could have been a potential entry here, like off of this, targeting here, but again, didn't see that. I wanted to see more confirmation. Even could have been something like this. That would have been absolutely clean, beautiful. So that was a short idea. And then what happens? Boom, we come down, sweep that sell side level. But then at this point, I was still leaning bearish. So I was like, okay, shoot, let me see what NQ could do. And this was obviously a mistake. Should not have been looking for bearish bias when we hadn't even taken the London low. And then this low is now SMT'd, meaning ES has come down and taken this low. NQ's nowhere near it. We're still 270 points away from that low. So I'm like, okay, bruh, that's a very strong bullish SMT. Let me not freaking take it. But ended up getting involved off of that. This little inverse here. Stop here, targeting here. Then I realized, okay, bro, we have that huge SMT. We just put in another one. So then I closed it break even on that trade. And then this is kind of where the next trade idea played out. So coming into the morning, really only major mistake was not recognizing, okay, we had that internal run with the SMTs lower, running the sell side level. Boom, that move is done. Now we need to see if there's going to be a reaction and potentially move higher. But instead, I wanted to get involved in a short, and then that ended up being break evened. So then I'm like, okay, I'll take a long here. So what do? Boom. When this fair value gap gets turned inverse, I enter here, stop below this low, and then have my risk-free point at this yellow line right here, which I will go over what that is right now. This yellow line is just the 50% mark of this range, which was just a decent point. And again, I was too heavily bearish today. Was letting that bearish bias kind of control my thoughts too much, and that shows in what would have happened. So boom, we take this, and then again, I'm like, dude, I do not like this chop because price was very choppy in this range, and then it started to clean up. But then I'm like, okay, bro, I don't like this. So I closed on this candle when we displaced up because I thought, okay, bro, we just got a strong close below this 1 minute fair value gap. If I could get out at break even, I will. So what do? Boom, I close at break even here. What happens? Price comes up, hits my risk free point, but then what do? We chop around a little, then we displace back down lower to break even. So most likely, realistically, let's say this is my first trade of the day, would have been stopped at break even. But obviously, if for whatever reason I didn't go break even, which I'm pretty sure I would have 10 out of 10 times, would have hit a 1 to 2, and then most likely would hit that 1 to 3 at the data high. But yeah, biggest takeaway, honestly, first, not mistake, but our first trade opportunity, which wasn't really focused at market open. But we see, boom, SMT at the high, another SMT here, but actually this was before, so let me get rid of that. Boom, market structure shift, change in the state, everything we need to see right here. Boom. Okay. So I have that SMT, I have confirmation lower. What do we see here? Boom. This fair value gap, bullish fair value gap here, gets turned inverse. 1 minute fair value gap here, boom. So we turn that inverse with this candle close. What could I do? Could have thrown my limit here, stop at the SMT high, targeting that lower sell side level. Boom, that's 1 to 1.9. And then obviously, if you wanted to be very patient, could have even targeted this. So this was the A plus setup today. Unfortunately missed it, even though it literally fit the bias and the narrative extremely well. We had that bearish bias, had that higher time frame SMT, and then 2 imbalances showing it, changing the state, confirming it. And yeah, this was for sure the trade today. Not even going to worry about this long because just was not mentally focused, and being able to apply risk on this trade would have been a nice little, let's see, because realistically I would have taken that 1 to 1.9. Boom. Would have risked like 3 cons, would have made 1,200, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Unfortunate. And then after this got missed, obviously we took that short, didn't need to be taken. Boom, took it at break even. Took that long, and then fearful. Boom, stopped break even. Risk free got hit, and then would have gotten stopped at break even. And honestly, 10 out of 10 times I'm taking that at break even, just because of the fact that I was only targeting like 1 to 2, and it was kind of a obscure target right here. And yeah. But main takeaway from this week, had a great trade yesterday, and I think 2 L's before that. Today there was definitely opportunity. I just was not seeing it clearly. And yeah, I was going to not trade next Friday, but again, it's not a matter of the day, it's just a matter of recognizing models and conditions, bro. Like when I see, okay, we have 2 huge bullish SMTs, and especially after ES comes down and sweeps this lower sell side level, there's no reason I should still be looking for long, because before I even took anything, we were approaching this sell side level, and then I was seeing displacement back up into this 1 minute bearish fair value gap that's very large. So I'm like, okay, bro, with such a big fair value gap so close to the obvious strong liquidity, why am I taking a short or whatever? Or was that a long? I don't fully remember, if I'm being honest. But yeah, should have been more patient, either taken this trade, been more confident in the bearish bias, because that, in that regard, the bias is correct at market open and into market open. But then after that low gets swept, that's where you need to recalibrate, take a step back, and let new price action play out. But that's all I got for the week. Half past a MFF account, but that was just because like right here on this candle, I just took a long with like max contracts, and yeah, 40 points or whatever. So yeah, half past that, but we'll just trade that back down to, I'll go 1 to 2. So whatever I risk on my actual accounts, I will just do double it on there, just because I don't really think that we don't need to rush it. Obviously, I'm literally halfway there, and it'd be better to, because if 1600, that means we would need to make 800 on the normal accounts, which is like 3 or 4 trades. And then if the normal accounts are at 800, boom, we're like halfway to that 12K payout. But yeah, that's all I got for today. Literally clearing charts, literally hopping off. Already cleared them, boom. And yeah, decent day. The outcome was decent. The way we got there was not great. Should have just been more confident right off the bat. And then after that move, if we still didn't take it, been more patient, and probably been a no trade day, or just get break even at that long, because we saw everything we needed to see after that sell side level was swept to potentially look and target higher. So yeah, that's all I got for today. Ending the week up. That's a good way to start the month of March. Not up by much though, for being honest. Basically, I would say up like one R this week. So yeah, but hey, even if we're just up 1 R every week of March, bro, that's still a win. still a freaking win. So coming into the next week, gonna be more patient for sure. At that 7 o'clock mark in the morning, just gonna dial in on the charts, focus up, and yeah, that's all I got for today. Appreciate y'all for watching, and I will see you guys Monday. Peace.